YouTube, what is happening? We got a new knife today. Just came out in the mail. Well, it just came out in the market and in the mail. This is the Kershaw Natrix Copper. This has been a pretty anticipated model, I think, for Kershaw, for a lot of people, because it was one of the first ones announced that wasn't speed safe. It was also not an 8CR13 steel. It's in D2 steel. And it has full copper handles, which is really cool. And that's which is going to patina over time and just make a really cool looking knife. So let's get into the basic specs real quick. Your overall length is 6.5 inches with a blade length of 2.75 D2 steel, like I said, with a flat grind, a stonewash finish on that, plain edge, no serrations, obviously. Handle length is 3.75. It's a pretty small knife. Thickness is 0.4, very slim. And your weight is 3.7 ounces, and you have a tip up carry deep pocket clip, as you can see. And you can already tell, just from me having it out, it's patinaing. Like, it's already getting a patina, which is pretty cool. So I think this is going to be a pretty popular knife for Kershaw. Comes in at $59.99, so $60. It is a little bit more than the other ones, like the Natrix carbon fiber right there, but it's quite a bit smaller. And it has better steel. Both run on KVT bearings. I'm trying to remember the price point for the Natrix carbon fiber. I think it's like $40. Let's see. Yeah, $42.95. So about $40. So it is quite a bit smaller knife. I mean, that's the Natrix, which isn't a big knife on its own. I think it's actually like a perfectly sized. I think it's just almost perfect. The Natrix is small. So there it is compared to that one. Let's compare it to another Kai product, the ZT-0900, one of my user knives that gets used and abused. So it's very similar in size to the 0900. And how about the Chris Reeve small Sabenza while we're at it? Should be pretty close, a little bit smaller. So it's actually smaller than a small Seb, so it's actually a pretty teeny little knife. I shouldn't say teeny, but very small knife. Alright, so first impressions of this guy. It's got some good heft to it. I mean, it's still light, 3.7 ounces. They did mill out the copper show side scale is all milled out. And then they saved weight, obviously, with the sub frame lock design here. So it is going to be lighter than some copper knives are flipping heavy, because copper is a heavy metal, period. Not that kind of heavy metal either. So it is rocking China D2, which is a nice upgrade from, just kidding, it's just D2 steel. That's just a joke. Upgrade from 8CR13 MOV, which a lot of people wanted. Nice to see Kershaw doing that. They also released a Kershaw Cryo recently that's in D2 that's sold exclusively at Blade HQ. So hopefully that's a trend. We're starting to see them catching up to a lot of the other Chinese makers that are doing D2 steel. It's not like it's an uncommon thing. It's very common. In fact, this VDK Goat Mini is in D2 as well. Size comparison, much bigger knife, but not a whole lot of cutting edge either. So you're 2.75 on the blade length. Now it's not a full 4-finger grip for sure. It's probably 3 for most people, maybe 3.5. I'm getting barely like 3.25, I guess you'd say, of my fingers on there. But it's comfortable. The ergonomics are good, and it doesn't feel like cramped or anything. It feels like, okay, this is going to work fine for most tasks. It's a little small, but it's also designed that way. It's a small knife. So you use small knives just like you use regular knives, right? You just have to, it all depends on the grip. Plenty of blade length to do most EDC tasks, in my opinion. I like the stonewash finish on this too. It looks really nice. KVT flipping is good. I would say out of the box, my carbon fiber was better, has a better detent, and is smoother. But yeah, this one definitely flips better, no doubt about it. But that could vary knife to knife. I haven't taken it apart. I haven't disassembled it. I mean, I literally just got it. I think there's some lock bar pressure going on from the subframe lock on this one is why. So, that's why the centering is a little off. It's not off by a ton, but it is off a little bit to the right, as you can probably see there. And I think I've got that pivot cranked down. Now the nice thing is, even though the pivot's cranked down, the action is still good. It still flips really nicely. And it'll smooth out once I get it cleaned out, put some knife pivot lube in there. It'll be good to go. So overall, pretty cool little knife. I'm excited for it. It's been on the want list for a long time. I wish they would have gone a little bigger though. That's one thing I would say is I know they wanted to do like a different size than the Natrix, but you could have still gone a little bit larger. But you know, then it would, or just do it in this size, which would have made the knife a lot heavier. That's the nice thing about the carbon fiber is, or the G10 carbon fiber here, is that it's super lightweight for a good sized knife. What I would really, really love to see, Kershaw, is a D2 upgrade on this knife with a stonewash finish. So none of this gray coating stuff here. D2 steel and the stonewash finish on the blade, and I would be all over that. So hopefully you're listening and want to do that. I don't know. Still a good, cool little knife though. I like the copper. It's gonna look cool once it patinas. A lot of guys will force patinas on it. I like to just let it happen over time. But even though it is a smaller knife and it is a 3-finger grip, you've got your fingers past the jimping. If you're putting your thumb on the jimping, you're choking way back, and it's definitely only 3 fingers. But there's this nice hump right here in the blade, right past where the jimping is. That really gives you a nice index and it just feels comfortable. Now you can actually open this knife too with the groove. I'm gonna fail because there we go. You can get it. It's a little tight right now, but you can get your finger in there, and you can use that groove in the blade to open the knife with the middle finger as well as your thumb. And there is definitely a little extra lock bar pressure on this one. The lockup is over 50%. It's probably like 65, 70%. So I may try to bend that back a little bit, which will help with centering and will help. I mean, it's a stainless steel on a stainless steel, so it's not like it's going to wear or anything anyway. But so Kershaw Natrix carbon, or I want to say carbon fiber, copper. The model number again on this was 7006CU. So the copper is live. It is out. Kershaw guy has these. That's where I got it so fast, and I always go through him on all my ZT and Kershaw purchases because he gets them super fast because he's in Oregon. So guys, give Dave your business if you're buying Kershaw or ZT. He'll get it way before Blade HQ. Don't get sucked into these, or Knife Center, any of these pre-orders that take forever. Just wait. Hit up Dave. He has an email list. He'll email you. He emailed me. He's like, hey, the copper Natrix is available. Boom. Here it is in my hand. A couple days later. Dave's awesome. Give him your business. He's a small business, and he has great pricing. He has the free shipping on all his orders, no matter how much you spend. And he gets these nice quick, guys. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap up the first impressions video on the Natrix copper. Very cool little knife. I'm excited it's out. Like I said, I wish it was a teeny bit bigger. It's pretty small, but it's, you know, a good small knife to throw in your, you know, for your EC. If you want a blade under 3 inches, you know, for your knife laws in your area. I think it's already starting to get this cool patina. I mean, I've only had it a few hours and been handling it, and I've noticed it's already patinaing. So let's just patina-ing, is that a word? I'm not sure. It's going to look cool when it's all finished because it tends to get these purple hues. It's going to be really neat. I like to see more companies use copper, and if they do use it, lighten up the copper as much as possible like they did here on the Natrix. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.